Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons is an atmospheric, story-rich adventure game from Starbreeze Studios. Now, I know this game came out in 2013, so literally no one cares about it anymore, but I had this in my library and thought I'd finally try playing it again because the first time I tried it a few years ago, I got so bored in the first 20 minutes that I uninstalled it completely. So the first thing I'll say about this game is it's definitely not story-rich. There's a story, and it's okay, I guess, but there's one plot point. These two brothers have to get this magic tree juice to save their dad, and shit keeps getting in their way. The game opens up on a cutscene, and things are looking good. Even for a game that is almost 7 years old now, it looks great. Until you see the characters in the cutscene. The animation of these characters is just so goofy looking, it just makes me cringe the whole time. So you're in this boat, and your mom is drowning, but you're a puny little kid and you can't swim, so unfortunately she kicks the bucket. Fast forward to you mourning at her grave, and suddenly, for no explained reason ever in the game, your mom's ghost just flies out of her tombstone and gives you some encouragement? I don't know, man. She kisses you on the head and disappears. So then the older brother calls to the younger brother something like, "Help, our dad is going to kick it next." You don't know for sure because this game has all of the dialogue spoken in a fictional language. I actually really like that about this game because you don't need to worry about crappy writing, which this game would definitely have had if you ask me. So begins the actual game. Now don't be fooled, this game is basically a walking simulator, only it's third person, and you're two people, and you control the little brother with the right thumbstick and the big brother with the left thumbstick. It's actually a really creative and interesting idea. Even though it's pretty unintuitive to move like that, you eventually get the hang of it. There are times, even when you are used to it though, that you forget who is on which side of the controller and you look like a total idiot. But the world that was created in this game is really pretty cool. As the two little dudes head to the magic juice tree, they meet trolls, go into some mines, through a spooky forest with some tree monsters. They even fight a giant spider. Wait a second! Okay, so this game is basically Lord of the Rings. Really though, the imagery is beautiful and it really saves this game. There are absolutely none of what I would call puzzles, as a blindfolded turnip could solve the trials these kids have to go through. But the simplistic controls are necessary to offset the confusion of controlling two people simultaneously. There are really only a couple of mechanics and only one button for action in the entire game, which is the action button. But there are really creative situations that make the repetitive nature of the game like this feel fresh. Take this for example. You have to do stuff like this all the time. Open a gate. Super stupid, easy, and boring. But here, you do the exact same thing, only you're using an arrow as leverage to move a dead giant's arm out of the way. Cool. Things like this and the excellent pacing of the game keep the player engaged. That is, until we get to the final boss. So, let me give you some backstory. You have to save this woman from some tribe of people who are going to seemingly sacrifice her. She, of course, is grateful, so she helps guide you to the magic tree with the tree juice. You know the one. After you get through the ice water and the village with the invisible yeti, which, by the way, why? An invisible yeti is in no way scarier than a visible one. Anyway, so you get past all of that, and she's super excited and gives Big Brother a nice big hug and even a small kiss on the cheek. He's obviously very excited, as in his small village there probably aren't many potential mates, other than maybe some frisky sheep. So, this woman says she knows a shortcut, but the little brother thinks it's a bad idea. Big Brother overrules him, and they enter the extremely obvious trap cave, because, of course, the lady wants to eat them. So, after the past 2 hours of going through countryside, mines, forests, giants' houses, hang gliding, ice mountains, and more, we finally get to the heart of what the devs have been trying to teach us the whole time. Bros before hoes. And this is really where the game starts to fall apart for me. Why did the Spider-Woman make a perfect sphere? And why isn't it sticky? And why is half of it suddenly gone? And wait, no, it's back to a whole sphere. And why is it rigid? And why can you run around in it like a hamster ball? This whole boss fight seemed like a rushed concept and it's just bad. And then you get to the end of the battle and Big Brother gets impaled by her front legs, teaching us all to not think with our dicks. So, Little Brother drags him away and they find themselves at the magic juice tree somehow. Big Brother can't go any further, so Little Brother leaves him behind to go get the juice. When he returns, he finds Big Brother is dead. It is actually pretty sad, but only a little bit. So, Little Brother uses the magic juice on Big Brother and he's gonna be okay. Nope. He's still dead. So when I was playing this, I was actually getting pretty sad, and Little Brother's crying and everything, and oh shit, the magic tree juice worked! Ah, you got me there, Starbreeze, you old bastards. I really thought he was... Wait, what the fuck? Okay, so he is really dead? God damn it. So then the devs, after jerking you around like this, get really sadistic. The little brother digs a grave with his bare hands, and then they make you drag his dead body into the grave. And you're doing the Charlie Brown walk the whole time because he's so sad. Oh my god, it's just brutal. After you bury him, this owl griffin that you rescued before comes out of nowhere and gives you a ride home. Sound familiar? I mean, that's basically an eagle, right? So for some dumb reason, it drops you off like 100 meters from your house instead of right at your house, like an asshole Uber driver who doesn't want to have to make a U-turn and says, you can walk the rest, right? So you start hopping over and get to, water, your biggest fear. You collapse in anguish. You can't swim. That's why your mom died. Dad will never get the magic tree juice now. And then, again, out of nowhere, your ghost mom comes out and you try to hug her, but she's a ghost. I don't know why. This makes no sense to me at all. That and the beginning were the only appearances of Mom, and it has literally nothing to do with anything. So you're standing on the shore, and you know you have to get across because this game can't end like this, and you think, I wish my big brother were here to help like he did earlier in the game. And you decide to press his action button because you have no other options, and holy shit, it works. In real life, this sent chills down my spine. You call upon the memory of your brother, which gives you the strength to swim across the bay. And then you can pull this lever that was too hard for you before, and you can jump super high in the air now. You finally make it to your dad, and he gets the tree juice, and he's all better now. Cut to the final scene, where you see brother has another grave here at home, and your dad is just in pieces. 'Cause yeah, it's fucked up. You couldn't save your mom from drowning, so she dies. Then your dad gets sick, and he's gonna die, but then you think you can save him, but then your brother dies. And you come home and save your dad's life, and now he's like, I wish I had died instead of him. And you're like, what the fuck? So all in all, I give this game a solid recommend. Really nice game about how this boy learned how to swim.